with Heroes of the Dorm. Guys, I'm up here in the mezzanine at the Hearthstone Fireside where everyone is waiting for the next battle. So, Tasteless and Artosis, back to you.
Dude, guys, these games we had today. Game one was absolutely fantastic. I really enjoyed seeing how Berkeley was able to control that map to get the coins, really punishing them with the pirate ship. And you know, once you get far enough ahead, I think especially on a map like that, it's very difficult for the other team to recover.
And I mean, as much as we want to talk about the big damage dealers on the UC Berkeley lineup, the fact is their Diablo, played by Zero, was magnificent in that game. In virtually every single circumstance where Diablo was in a position to contribute, stepped right in to the thick of things, blocking off any sort of opportunity to the opposing team. It was absolutely awesome.
Yeah. Let's go ahead and take a closer look real fast here at one of our UC Berkeley players. And I believe that is going to be Zero here.
Yeah, you can see there Diablo being one of his main warriors there. And Fan and Suppy are some of the ones that are being highlighted, but Zero is the subtle player that no one's actually calling out because he's playing so well that he doesn't make any mistakes. But he's such a beast, and we saw it in game number 1, and we're going to see it as we continue through this best of 5.
Well, that is the name of the game, right? This is a team brawler.
Yeah.
This is a game where if all 5 players on your team aren't really, really strong, you're never going to win.
It's absolutely true. It takes one mistake on a team and things can fall apart. You have one ability that has to be cast out, so the next ability can follow up and try to trap them. And if you can manage to do that and get that symbiosis, get that energy there, then you can sometimes have an all-team kill. But if somebody misses a beat there, it does not matter. Things can spiral out of control.
And what's also very cool in seeing these games is that as splashy as the large team fights are, if we take a look at one of the players on Arizona's Dream Team, Michael Udall on Zeratul was everywhere that he needed to be. When one player was going for some objective in the far opposite end, somehow Michael Udall was never too far away. And that's just not good button click timing in the middle of the fight. That's excellent map awareness.
I feel like he played fantastically in the Heroic 4 also. Like, we have seen Michael Udall completely on top of Zeratul. Every time I turn around, he's in the right place. He's picking someone off. He's scouting something important that's going on in the map.
Yeah, which is rare to see. Zeratul players aren't something that you see all the time because it is a hero that can be picked off pretty quickly. And Michael Udall, man, he is just killing it now. It's just a matter of the follow-up and working together as a team in game number 2 that Arizona State University needs to get on lock.
Let's go ahead and take a look at what our next battleground is going to be. The losing team gets to select it. And obviously with every battleground being very different, requiring different strategies, different play styles, it's going to be very important to see what that is. And I believe it's going to be Cursed Hollow?
Oh, it indeed is going to be Cursed Hollow. As in every map, the name of the game is managing 3 separate tug-of-wars, trying to push together with your allies to gather up advantages to help you win those lanes, eventually pushing to the core. Let's hop in and take a look at the specifics of Cursed Hollow and what separates it, makes it unique from the other maps. The first big thing to note, 3 lanes on this map are separated by an enormous amount of space. Cursed Hollow, the biggest map in the pool. The goal is to curse your enemies by collecting tributes. If your team collects 3, it disables enemy fortifications. It sets their minions down to 1 health. 6 mercenary camps also litter the map, meaning that players have many options at any given point in time. Should they go for the tribute? Should they go for the boss? Should they go for a different mercenary camp? The number of different options, the variety, is what makes so many expert teams choose this map. They feel like they can be the better decision makers.
Yeah, it does seem that this is the most picked map amongst top-level players. I feel like we see every series played on this map at least once.
It certainly is a popular map. I think it's a map that the team that is always more skilled wins. This map, it's very tough to fight over these different territories each time. Yeah. And even if there's a mistake made here or there, if you're overall better at communicating and executing in the long run, you usually do come out on top.
Yeah, it's a battleground that comes down to strategy. There's so many avenues for you to trade around. Do you go for the curse? Do you go for the golems? Do you grab the mercenary camps? Do you go for an all-in? All-ins are potentially possible on this battleground. And you know what? Arizona State University, this is their best battleground. So why not go home and try and get a win here in this series? series.
That's actually a very good point. They were fantastic when we saw them on this map before, and I can't blame them really for picking this now.
You know, one of the big benefits about Cursed Hollow is the fact that early advantages don't necessarily translate to mid and late game advantages. For instance, on the previous map, once UC Berkeley controlled that beautiful team fight so well and got an edge, it was very, very difficult for Arizona State to get to the middle to turn in those coins. On Cursed Hollow, there's so many options that there's almost always something you can do, so you need long-term consistency on this map.
Ladies and gentlemen, game number 2 is ready. So let's make some noise as we continue the fight now with Arizona State and UC Berkeley. They're going to be picking their respective heroes. This is the first half of the game. Who do they pick? And what are they going to do with those characters as they go into the map?
Well, it looks like our very first pick here going to go to Sylvanas, perhaps the best at pushing a lane in the game.
We saw Sylvanas picked for Arizona State University earlier in the tournament. They use a different composition where they take 4 heroes and push down a lane and grab the Lost Vikings. Now, will they go for that composition? We'll find out, but Sylvanas is a start to that build.
Now, given that choice, we see UC Berkeley. They're not a team to mess around. 2 high priority picks, the damage dealer Jaina, the versatile support Tassadar. But most importantly, you can never have true control throughout the whole draft. You need to be flexible from the start, and these are 2 very flexible first picks.
And it's great to see that they grab Tassadar, because that is one of the best heroes for ASU over here. So they have denied that.
And we have an Illidan pick now as it's back over to Arizona State. I don't think anybody can be shocked with that Illidan pick. We got a lot of hype here in the auditorium as people love seeing this Illidan playing.
And one of the best things right now is that Brightwing is considered an excellent counter to Illidan. By selecting both of them, they have denied their opponent that option. Some of the things that make Brightwing so excellent, of course, tons of heals, the ability to globally teleport anywhere on the map to support a friend, but most importantly, Polymorph is an instant disable.
Something to remember, Arizona State taking Illidan away from UC Berkeley is a big deal because UC Berkeley actually understands how to play Illidan. That means they might be able to know how to punish the hero when it's taken away from them, and they move straight into a hero that is fantastic at doing that. Well, 2 in fact, Vala and Uther.
It's great to see Vala picked up here, one of the best damage dealers in the game, someone we normally see picked very often, but so far today has been a little bit undervalued.
Yeah. She's been on the back burner, but you're right, the heroic Rain of Vengeance is one of those things that can be very strong against Illidan player. When he dives in, you drop the heroic, maybe catch him out. Also, you just have the other heroic Strafe that can bring a lot of power in, and Tyrande will be the 4th pick here for Arizona State.
The Diablo pick is going to finalize the team composition now for the Arizona State Dream Team.
Tyrande and Diablo work amazingly as a duo. Diablo with the Shadow Charge to get in and the Overpower to throw overhead, followed up with Tyrande's stun, almost guarantees a kill.
Well, we'll see who is the last character to be picked here by UC Berkeley. And they go with Muradin.
The strong dwarf himself carrying double hammers. He has an amazing stun with the Stormbolt ability, and he's great against Illidan. So this is a secret weapon that Berkeley is pulling out here.
Again, the map is a different beast. The team fights can go on for a long time since you're oftentimes forced into trying to fight over one specific territory for a long time. So we're going to see how this actually turns out. It was interesting to see some counter picks, picking the heroes that they oftentimes the other team would want to have early on. This game could unfold to be pretty crazy.
One thing that really surprises me is that often you will see ETC as a high priority pick, as that last choice, but now we have Muradin getting chosen. Tim, walk me through why Muradin instead of an ETC?
Well, as mentioned by Grubby earlier, Diablo can actually overpower ETC. It's actually kind of hard to play ETC into a Diablo character because he gets precedent over the engage. Muradin by himself is pretty durable in a situation. He's also great on battlegrounds where you're going to be fighting in a certain area. He can walk up and help his team start an engagement. The other side as well is that Muradin is better against Illidan than probably ETC. Once you miss your abilities because he's so mobile, you actually might not have ETC show up in a scenario where he can help out. So Murden, although a little bit mana intensive, is a hero that can work out here.
Well, we are getting very close to actually beginning this match. It's going to be tough to call here. And actually, excuse me, we actually have the match up and ready. The game is loaded up. So again, let's make some noise here for game number 2. Arizona State against UC Berkeley.
And you see UC Berkeley here on the far left. Can they keep up their undefeated record as they're moving into Cursed Hollow? They'll be playing against Arizona State on the very far right. Here in the red trunks, here they are, all grouping up here actually in the middle with Brightwing down in the bottom.
4, 3.
All right,
2,
let's see it, guys. I am very excited to see how are they going to be battling over these tributes. Such an important piece of this map.
It's going to be interesting to see what Diablo and Tyrande can pull off against a team that understands what coordination is.
Take a look here. They're all bunched up. If we can get a shot of this up here in the center, they're all bunched up, hidden right there in this bush. Now, if any of Arizona State's players come over there and are not in a group, they're isolated, that is an instant kill,
and Michael Udall right there. Oh, they jump out. And Michael Udall does not get caught, but that could have been very big, as you were saying, Tasteless.
Yeah, normally in the early game, you don't want to walk into bushes because scenarios like that are going to happen, and Arizona State University played it passively, and it worked out for them. Now, we have 3 members down in the bottom lane. Diablo is going to be Melkor here. It's going to be AKA Face and Kotank. And they do have some decent pickoff potential, but they don't have much takedown potential here. They don't have a lot of damage, so it's going to be interesting to see if Kotank and Melkor are going to move to different lanes.
Right now, 3-on-3 down here at the bottom. So we do have 1 hero each in both the other lanes. All the teams trying to get as much experience as they possibly can right now.
Again, important to remember that shortly here we'll see tributes spawn on the map. If they can collect a tribute, which is not easy to do, it takes a little bit of time in order to acquire it. You have to be holding on to it for a little bit. If they do get 3 of those, the other team is going to be cursed. That's huge. But oftentimes when we see the tributes come up, it's not always so much about who gets it as to how the fights go as that tribute is brought up here. How many takedowns are there from each side?
Really all that matters is who gets the 3rd tribute. Do you get 3 total so that you can curse your opponent and, of course, make it so his buildings don't even shoot at you?
Yeah, that's where a lot of the strategies in the early games will be relying on the teams and their decisions. Will they go for the tribute or will they keep the pressure up? And you know, Arizona State University in the very far top lane actually has a lot of pressure in that lane just because of Fam here. Fam, look at him, is starting to break down these turrets slowly but surely. Zero can potentially jump in and go for a full engagement, but he has to all in to really deal with this. So you're going to see Fam really exploiting the pressure of the strength of that hero in that lane.
Well, right now, Salon is definitely doing a lot of damage up there, but it looks like Fan's going to come from behind with Valid, dealing a lot of damage.
The fake out as he throws his Banshees to potentially jump away, but Fam does get away.
The tribute is now spawning. 7 more seconds before it's out. It will be spawning out on the southern part of the map. The question is, does one team allow the other team to simply take the tribute while they continue to level up on the map? No, it's going to be a 2-on-2 for now until the rest of the team can gather up here. Tyrande going to try to get it first, but we have a denial. Nice denial there by Suppy.
Yeah, it looks like Suppy going to slow this down a little bit. And Ultimated coming in with Zero from behind. Doing a lot of damage here. Melkor going to have to get out of here for now. It is a 4-on-4 at the tribute.
Watch for Mike Udall to be the one that engages, but he has to be careful. Panda Juju up here is playing a hair. Oh, wow. Almost
nicely
barely
done.
misses.
You could see our Diablo player was attempting to get in there and actually damage him with that area of effect damage, but it did not quite work out.
Yeah, a little bit out of range there by Melkor, but you know, we'll see. It's not the biggest deal in the whole world not to get that first tribute. They can definitely make it up later on.
Okay, Melkor floating around. Let's check out the top lane to see if there was any damage here from Fam. We've seen the mercenaries being grabbed, but Fam, was he able to get any turrets? No, we do have one low there, about a quarter health in the bottom side, and we're going to see him eventually grab that. But in terms of experience, both teams are pretty even, as we're going to see UC Berkeley just at level 6 as well. But Mike Udall doing his best here to grab whatever pressure he can on the battleground because they would like to get that next tribute that will be spawning.
You know, in between these tributes, that is a great time really to go around the map, grab any mercenaries that you feel like you can take so that they can help you to push and put the pressure on.
All right, it's time for the second tribute to spawn now. Once again, in the southern part of the map, we do see UC Berkeley in position here. but right now, Melkor not that far away here to come in here for a denial, and maybe it will be ASU that ends up taking this one.
Yeah, there are 4 members here. Artosis has 2 members actually went to the very top lane to deal with Fam, so it looks like Arizona State will grab the tribute. Mike Udall, though, taking some damage there from Panda, and now will be forced to retreat, but that was actually given up there by UC Berkeley. They were trying to go for a takedown on the very far top lane.
In the meantime, we do see Melkor run up top, try to grab Fan, doesn't quite work out, but you know, it's still very, very even. Both teams have grabbed 1 tribute. Both teams are at level 7 with approximately the same amount of experience so far.
Very close game between our 2 teams. As we move to level 10, remember, that'll be the most important thing when the heroics come around.
Absolutely. When the heroics come around, that's when this is going to be a much different game. And usually when we have a level 10 reach, that's when we're more likely to see the players moving entirely as a group. But hold that thought, the tribute spawning again, this time up here on the northern side of the map. We already see Melkor getting ready, although we see Cal, Unlimited Fan Zero, and Pajigu coming up here now. And it looks like they may be able to zone out. Hold that thought. Nice hit there from Tyrande. In fact, no. ASU is going to come in here and try to claim this one for themselves as well.
Yeah, they have Luther in the bottom lane, so 5 members here for Arizona State. Melkor watches forward. The burst there from Panda does take out Fam, though. It looks like 1 member has been taken out. Melkor moving forward as well. Fam trying to take down another member. Panda is the target. Can they take her out? It looks like she's going to get away just safely. Nice dodge there. She's going to be able to juke that Lunar Flare, but Melkor will now grab the second tribute here for Arizona State University.
Nice job there by Melkor. That's going to put it 2 tributes acquired to the 1 tribute acquired from UC Berkeley. And this is important because once you get that 3rd one, I didn't think she was going to be taken down there. Barely enough damage. Another small victory there for UC Berkeley. All UC Berkeley has to do is try to get to that level 10 while still denying the tributes there from Arizona State.
That's right. When they hit that level 10, get that heroic ability, they are going to be the aggressors in every team fight until their opponents catch up. And they are getting closer and closer, clearing out this bruiser camp. They are almost there.
Yeah, they're accelerating their way to level 10. They're much closer than their opponents. I do want to check out the top lane really quickly. Fam was able to grab a couple of turrets in that top left area. So those turrets being down did grab them some more experience. But right now, still, even with those turrets, we do have UC Berkeley just a tad bit ahead. Here they are hitting level 10. They would love for a tribute to spawn now. But remember, that is a random spawn point. So unfortunately, it's not quite working out for them. And it's getting time here for Arizona State here to grab 10 themselves.
Meantime, in this middle lane, we do have Fam, Mike Udall, and Kotank all just clearing out that bruiser camp, of course, that did join the side of UC Berkeley, gaining that extra experience as well. In the meantime, we do have a 3-stack down here from UC Berkeley trying to push through this game.
Very important again. The tribute is spawning. If Arizona State takes this, the opposing team, UC Berkeley, will be cursed. It is critical that UC Berkeley denies this.
Watch out here, a couple people in the bush. We do have, actually right above this, it looks like we have a member caught out of position. Fan in trouble. He pops it straight, but he's taken down. That is 5 members up here for Arizona State University, and they want to charge towards the tribute, but Suppy is going to use Divine Sword to deny the fight from happening, but Suppy will lose his life for it. There's a takedown overall.
They got the tribute, UC Berkeley did, but losing 2 players in the process, not exactly a trade I'm sure they would have wanted to have.
It didn't go quite the way UC Berkeley saw, but, you know, at least they denied that curse. But here we have, actually, ASU going for the boss over on UC Berkeley's side of the map. This sometimes is dangerous, but against 2 heroes that are down, it looks like they should be able to get it.
And they do. They managed to get the boss. That's huge for ASU. They have cut the team UC Berkeley in half.
Fam in trouble, though, taking damage. Mike Udall doesn't care, though. He charges forward, pulls back to his team, and now with the members showing up here, we do have someone picked off. It looks like it was Piranha taken out. Melkor chasing down Panda. Panda trying his best to kite, but look at Mike flipping left and right. However, 2 members now down here for Arizona State University, and UC Berkeley is going for the chase.
It looks like they are trying to chase him down right now. Melkor taking a lot of damage. Fan pops his heroic, tries to deal some more damage, doesn't quite catch catch any of them.
The third curse was taken. And it is actually going to go here to UC Berkeley. We just caught the tail end of that, which means after they take out the boss down here in the south, the push potential from UC Berkeley should be huge.
You know, at least that boss is buying them a lot of time during this curse phase. Their opponents have to deal with it. It deals so much damage. And in the meantime, we do see ASU grabbing the boss in the top right of the map.
A nice trade for them. UC Berkeley wants to push with this, but unfortunately we're stuck defending that golem that Tasteless was talking about, and this gives the advantage to Arizona State University. They're able to sneak the golem in the top right corner. However, they may lose a fort down here, but they don't really care about that fort. They want to get the golem and get to level 13. And we see Zero and Panda finally getting the push on. They have a good 20 more seconds left on the curse.
And as long as that curse is out, it's very easy to apply the pressure there. But I got to say, really great teamwork there from Arizona State University. It could have been much, much, much worse. Using the boss to capture that when UC Berkeley was distracted is really causing them to juggle a lot of tasks. And one that they can't quite juggle in this process is pushing Arizona State back any further.
That's right. Well, right now we do see ASU clearing a lot of those smaller mercenary camps on the map, clearing back these minion waves because they know that UC Berkeley had to move to the top. They had to take out the boss before they really continued in this game.
It's insanely exciting to see the level of play here as teams aren't grouping up as we saw in the last couple of games. They're spreading out because they have so many objectives they want to obtain at a high speed of rate. So now we see Fam and Mike Udall, the damage dealers for Arizona State University, down in the bottom left corner. Melkor showing as well. They want to get a pick off on Zero. Zero does have an escape, but the main objective here is that fort. If they can take that down, they get experience. And already right above this, UC Berkeley's on their way down.
Well, it looks like Fam here using Sylvanas should be able to help them to get this fort very, very quickly. Mike Udall comes in and helps to finish this off. It looks like down it goes. A nice pickoff here for ASU.
It's important to note how big this map actually is. And of all the other battlegrounds we've seen, this one is really one where there's a lot of room to move around here. And we might be having an engagement over here now as they're meeting in the middle.
Looks like Zero jumps in right there. A Starfall comes from Kotank. Beautiful move right there, zoning everybody out. And it looks like UC Berkeley is on the run.
UC Berkeley with a very nice escape there. Going to back up here. Van, a bit gutsy here, is still in range of a lot of these, but there's going to be some regrouping now from UC Berkeley. We'll see if they decide to push with this.
All right, we do have all 5 heroes here for ASU. Where will they go next? It looks like they're deciding to maybe hit this gate once again while UC Berkeley clears this siege camp.
Yeah, getting this turret would be great for Arizona State University, getting a little bit more experience, trying to make sure they keep up in level with their opponents. And also, that funnel in the top right corner is a little bit awkward to come through when you have Melkor charging in at you. And look, Fan actually gets caught. He is going to be able to vault away, but Ultimate coming from behind. The flank is beautiful here.
Oh, man. Fam getting solo. Fam does end up going down. Mike Udall using his heroic, but goes down as well. Melkor getting low on health, and AKA Face as well, blinking over to heal Kotank.
UC Berkeley's doing it. Another takedown there on Kotank. Melkor on the run. AKA Face stunned and destroyed.
Oh, beautiful play here from UC Berkeley. Just cleaning up the other team. Only Melkor makes it out alive.
Wow, the flank there from Tassadar was important in that team fight. He showed up behind everyone, and Ilden had only 2 chances. Go for the full engage and pull back. He chose option A, went for a full engage, and got picked off.
It's important to note, the longer the game goes on for, the longer it takes for your hero to respawn after it's been taken out. So we're getting into a very dangerous place. If we have another engagement that goes down like that, the game could snowball out of control.
You know, another thing to mention, the curse came up again. They grabbed the tribute. This is something that can happen when you lose too many members of your team and they're trying to revive. Your opponents are going to grab every tribute and gain an even bigger advantage. So right now, UC Berkeley looking fantastic, up 2 levels, grabbing extra tributes as well.
And they have a golem spawning soon down here in the bottom left. Look at that, the timing. They were there right on time. Something for Arizona State University. They need to make sure that they get to level 16 and they play coordinated. They've already played great fights.
I believe they're setting up for a trap here.
Nice.
They want the opposing team to think that this golem, this boss down here, is not being taken. So they sent something down here. Oh, I believe they actually peeked him and spotted him there. But the idea was to actually trap them. Are they going to? Okay, they're going to set up for this again. They want Arizona State to come through this part of the map. The question is, will they take the bait? We see Arizona State poking out, peeking, and at that point in time, it does look like actually you see Berkeley gives up. Yep, no, they spotted him.
They took the bush back. Melkor there. This is a huge fight for the bush here as we see both teams trying to fight around it. That golem's a huge
Not the conversation we normally have on this map is the fight over that bush. That was what was happening back there.
Certainly was. Both teams trying to sneak a quick victory over each other. If they can take down a few of their opponents, they can gain a huge lead. But it looks like, once again, the tribute is up. ASU moving up. They only need this tribute, and then they will curse UC Berkeley. So UC Berkeley really wants to deny this.
Yeah, Arizona State wants to get the tribute too because they want to take some infrastructure down. They've only taken one fort. You see Melkor positioned here to dive in. He wants to get on Fan or Panda here, and here we go.
Also,
tense moment.
Important to note, whoever takes that tribute also will end up taking that the boss down there at the bottom, and we're going to see who that is in a second.
Looks like Mike Udall taking a lot of damage. He is going to have to go ahead and use his heroic. Melkor taking a lot of damage here, but Zero goes down. Suppy under heavy fire. Suppy falls as well, and ASU pushes back UC Berkeley.
Panda was forced to run away, but Mike Udall with the huge metamorphosis, hitting 5 members and getting all the stacks from there. Now they get a curse, they get a golem, and they are on the rise here. What will they do with it? They have the momentum, seize it.
This is exactly the play that Arizona State needed. Let's see how well UC Berkeley can hang on.
That's right. Right now, UC Berkeley is cursed, which means their buildings are not firing. Their minions are very, very weak. And this has even given ASU a chance to get that giant boss down to the bottom left. They're even clearing out this bruiser camp. They're gaining huge advantages all over the map.
And this means most of the infrastructure here for the next minute or so, I'd say, UC Berkeley is going to have destroyed. All right, they have to have perfect defense if they're going to stay in this game.
There seems to be a bit of a scuffle up here in the top right corner as a couple members were floating around, but there we go. Looks like Fan being a little too aggressive, gets caught out of position, and now this gives opportunity to Arizona State to grab even more. They're grabbing their own golem. They've already taken out a fort in the bottom, taken out 4 out in the middle, and now they get a golem. Arizona State University is taking this momentum, and they are riding the tidal wave.
They certainly are. They know that their opponents are right now clearing a lot of these other minions and mercenaries around the map, such as the boss that they already got, which gives them the time to grab another boss, and we now see finally ASU gain an experience lead.
And I think it's a very important to note, there's a high chance of ASU now headed southbound and then looping around here to the west side of the map and maybe coming up from the bottom. We saw that keep was pretty softened up, maybe 1 or 2 blows, and that would cause it to fall apart here too. If UC Berkeley's going to win this, they got to stay in the long run. They have to be incredibly patient.
That's right, but you know, right now they are really being dictated around this map. They have to go up here, they have to clear the boss, and that means ASU is here. They are ready to punish, they're moving forward, and they dive on Zero. Zero does gather, but he has to pop his heroic, pushing back out. They're trying to clear this boss, and in the meantime, ASU is trying to kill them off.
Thanos came back, he wants to go in for the aggression, but they have to deal with the golem first before they go for a full engagement. You see Zero there, Posture trying to hit a Storm Bolt if possible, but we do have Kotek and Melkor floating around. It doesn't look like they actually want to go in for the fight. They just want to get the optimal amount of damage from the golem, pull back. We've seen this style from Arizona State University already in the Heroic 4.
I gotta say, I like ASU pulling back like this. If they get just a little bit more experience, they're about to hit 20, which is gonna give them their storm talents, which is gonna give them a nice advantage.
And that's a small window of time. The 20 level has been activated. They engage now before level 20 is taken after UNC Berkeley. They could start to crush this game.
It looks like Zero will go down. Panda goes down as well, and Limited coming up, and it looks like his Dazadar going solo does get healed up though. Fan right now dealing a lot of damage, but Melkor jumps in and grabs him.
Mine keeps chasing forward as well, but 2 members already down for UC Berkeley. Arizona State University needs to be careful. Fan is still up. He can help defend here. Mike Udall does charge in. He uses the metamorphosis. Suppy in trouble as well. Here goes Fan trying his best. Melkor flips him over. Fan doesn't get away. He does just barely, but the core going down to 50%. This could be game. Here we go. Mike Udall keeping chasing forward.
It's getting lower. I don't think they're going to be able to save it in time. And this game will go to ASU!
Arizona State showing how strong they are on Cursed Hollow and will cinch a win here, tying up the series 1-1. Artosis, that game was ridiculous.
Oh man, I cannot believe it. A beautiful comeback there by ASU. Just fantastic play, fantastic teamwork, always knowing what they had to do.
Day 9, what were your thoughts when you saw that game back there?
The comeback was fantastic. An unusual error out of UC Berkeley. So desperate to prevent that tribute turn-in, they all stepped into one concentrated area. Starfall from Tyrande, lightning breath from Diablo, and one at a time UC Berkeley started to fall. But of course, on Cursed Hollow, it's less about you getting those takedowns and more about how you take advantage of it. And what did we wind up seeing out of Arizona State University? They took every single objective on the map. They got the tribute, then the enemy boss, then their boss, then the enemy bruiser camp, and then their bruiser camp. And nothing could have been more well-timed than that slight window. Wound up being about 15 seconds where they had level 20, their opponents didn't, and that is where the entire win wound up coming from.
There was also a major turnaround point where we saw Arizona State University fighting with UC Berkeley over a tribute and the golem in that bottom left corner of the map, and we actually have a replay to show you guys. They knew what they wanted out of that objective. They wanted to get the curse, they wanted to get the golem, and that entire position set up the dynamite. Looky here. Watch as we see Melkor will be going in for a charge, but Mike Udall is the important one here. He hits an amazing metamorphosis. Suppy actually misses his Divine Storm. There it is. It hits 4 members, and he is so strong here. They take out Zero really quickly. Ultimatum in the top right corner was dealt with. Suppy dispatched up as well, and they don't even have to chase Panda. Panda is effectively taken down at that moment as he's walking away. This gives them the golem, which gives them the pressure on the bottom lane. They get the curse, which gives them pressure in all the lanes, and they just run with that. They steamroll into a nice victory where they hit the level 20 perk.
Yeah, and I gotta say, you can clearly see Arizona State University understanding the timing on this map, knowing precisely how long it takes to eliminate the boss, finding all the nice tiny windows where they could get a little advantage at a time. Absolutely stunning play from ASU.
And I gotta point out, this is UC Berkeley's first loss of the tournament.
That's a great point.
Exciting stuff, guys, as we're in the grand finals, back-to-back action. I can't wait for game 3.
Guys, we're 1-1 here at the Heroes of the Dorm. Are you having any fun? Well, we hope you at home are having fun as well. We are going to go to a short break now. It's 1-1. We'll be back to continue the finals here at ESPN2 for the Heroes of the Dorm.